Hey y'all. Anywho, I just got off to a great start. So what we're not going to talk about is what my hair looks like. Okay, we're not going to talk about it. I got back from a run and I wanted to lay down, and so I quickly put my pigtails down. It's a thing. I work out. So, I kind of want to go on another walk. I'll think about it. But I'm going to film this first. So, guess who's employed, y'all? I got my first job today. Well, Saturday. I've had the job for a week, but I have my first shift tomorrow, and I went to my employer being like, "Hey, I can start on Monday, Saturday." So, I'm kind of on top of it, is what I'm saying. So I'm violently ill right now. I got ill Thursday, and I'm like on the tail end of it now, to the point where I might have had bronchitis. I don't go to the doctor because I'm violently ill all the time. It's an immune thing. And so it's like, I have cold medicine here, so if it's a cold, I'm just going to take it. Not helping. So, I might have bronchitis. All the fun things really, really good for my singing, by the way. I'm supposed to be singing right now, and we're shot, is what I'm saying. So, yeah. I borrowed a book from my teacher. I've heard some good things on TikTok. You know those TikTok things where they have, like, clips from books? The clips, like passages from the book. The passages I have seen of this book are things I never thought this book would be about when I read the synopsis. Okay, this book is apparently full of surprises. And then I'm also reading this book. I have not read the other books, which is fine, because they're not like a trilogy or anything. They're just like a series. And then I have this book. Almost lost my bookmark. Icebreaker. I'm only on page 15, so. And then on Audible, I have Haunting Adeline, Den of Vipers, Darling Venom, the Cross series, or the Never After series, and I have this new book I'm reading. I have no idea what it's called because I searched up Brothers Enemy books, and this book came up, and it was free on Audible, so I downloaded it. It's not a Brothers Enemy book. It's a book where, it's kind of embarrassing. This guy, she runs at Newmata Lake. I honestly myself don't get the first part. I just started reading it and I clocked out because it was, honestly thought I was reading a fantasy book. It's not. So, she meets this guy at a lake. He's like super cold, attractive, all those things cold guys are. And it just so happens that the mother has terrible taste in men, and his father, they're separated families. The girl in the series has a mother who has bad taste in men, no father. Can't remember what her story is. I don't know. She had a weird arc. And then Guy has a father who has terrible taste in women, no mother. I don't know. And so they meet, and then I guess it's crazy that they badmouth their parents, and then they get I'll explain. So the mother gets with the guy's father. And I think that's hilarious because they said each of them has terrible taste, which means their parents are terrible people to date. Anywho, not important. Well, funny, ironic. But they get together, which means the guy and the girl are enemies. I don't know why they met for a solid 2 minutes and decided they were going to become each other's natural born enemies. I don't get it. So they're enemies. Don't quite know how that one happened. And so they now live together, which means they're stepbrother and stepsister. But since you know they're the two main protagonists in this book, you know they get together. A little questionable, because they are step siblings. But you know what they say. Not blood related, not important, bro. It's simply a piece of paper. Just like the guy in Class 09 said, like your name, age is just another number on, or like, I don't know. I can't remember. But it was something like age is just another number on your, or just another piece of information on your ID. And Nicole says, I think he wants to fuck children. And do you have an I feel statement, Nicole? I feel he wants to fuck children, which is not wrong. Tell me they're incorrect. You can't. And I also feel the same way, because that man is pulling a certified pedophile, trying to strike a chord, and is probably a minor. Okay? I mean, he's pulling a Drake. Ow! Anywho, he's pulling a Drake, point blank, period. Take that as you will. And so that's all I know about the book, is that they're enemies, but nothing to do with I think they took brother's enemy differently. I think they meant my brother is my enemy and war and love. Weird. Questionable. In so many forms of the word. But those are the books I'm reading. Haunting Adeline, I just started. It is what people say it is. From the second she is in love with her stalker. Me too, bro. Any guys want to stalk me, I'm here. She's just so relatable. Let's talk about my physical copies. And Den of Vipers is like a foursome. So, it's a why choose romance. So, take that as you will. I love why choose romance. So, this is Icebreaker. Right now, I'm on the part where she's... What's his name? I don't know. I care so little about him. I think I'm seeing things. I don't actually care what his name is, but for the sake of telling you what this book is... Oh, this is Nathan's chapter, that's why. It's one before this. Spreading my legs wide. That is just what I opened to. Oh, and she says the Lord's name in vain. Okay, yeah, you know what this is. He's practically filling the doorway. No, that's Ryan. That's not his name. I don't know, maybe. It's Ryan. So, Anastasia is like sleeping with this guy named Ryan, who's like frat boy 101. He is the bane of my existence. He talks like a TikTok e-boy. And so, but he doesn't look like one. What a waste. And so, this is not Ryan. Ryan, we don't like Ryan. Ryan is trying to take her from this man. No, they don't last long. So she is currently sleeping with Ryan. All I know is she's a figure skater. She's a roommate with, I think, either a gay guy or he's so straight that he acts queer. I'm gay, so it's fine, I can say that. And and Lo, I think is her name. I think they're roommates, or they might just all be on this figure skating team and I'm reading it wrong, which is also possible. My reading comprehension is trash. So, And then I literally just met Nathan. I just started his chapter. So I know nothing about him other than the fact that he's a hockey guy, and they meet up on the rink and are also natural born enemies, but are not related by marriage or blood. So arguably better for your moral compass. But I haven't had a moral compass since I was born, so nothing can be better for something you don't have. And then Twisted Games. It's delectable. I think I'm on page like 56 or something in this big ass book. It is invigorating, bro. This book brings my life together. Whoa! I mean, the entire Twisted series, but I'm only on this book. I have not read the rest. If anybody who knows me wants to donate the Twisted series to me, you're on my best friend list, and you're invited to my arguably over expensive parties that I throw for my birthday. Don't ask me why I do it. I get bored, and I throw huge parties for no reason that the entire public is invited to, because why not? I might as well share it. So Twisted Games is Rise. I don't know how you say his name. It is RH. Yes, Rise. We're gonna say it's Rise. Rise Larson. Ah, he is literally my man's bro. Out of all the Twisted guys that I have like heard about so far, but I also have a big thing for bodyguard romances. I'm like, I wish I was royalty and had a bodyguard. If anybody wants to pretend to be my bodyguard. Anywho, so Rise and Bridget, that's her name, right? Yeah, Bridget. Okay, Rise and Bridget, I'm not even going to pronounce her last name because I forgot it. Also, it's like German or something. I don't know. It's incredibly long. If you told me her last name was Dracula, I'd believe. I don't know his name. Anywho, so Bridget and Rise. Bridget starts this with a bodyguard, an original bodyguard. And then I guess he retires because he has a family or something. I don't know. Anywho, Bridget is like a sweetheart with a smart mouth, which is like the dream. That's what I act like in public to strangers. But to my friends, I'm just a bully. So Bridget is like a sweetheart with a smart mouth. And so she's super nice. She volunteers at animal shelters, whatever. I don't really care. And so I don't think she's no, I think she is royalty. Yeah, she is royalty. I couldn't remember if she was rich or royal. So, or like a normal rich, or if she was royal. She is royal. Her bodyguard is leaving, so they have to hire a new one. They're hiring a private contractor named Rise Larson. And he comes in a black SUV van. And he walks out looking like a Greek goddess, bro. Or Greek god. He walked out looking as toned as Aries, bro. Oh! Oh my god. And his audible voice? Okay. So he comes out and he starts by telling her the 3 rules he has. None of them are important except the fact that he doesn't, or 2 rules. Except for the fact he never gets emotionally attached or involved with his clients. And he's like, the one rule I thought I would never break. He broke it! Which we already know he broke it because it's a romance book. So, it's fine. So, he tells these rules. And Bridget's like, oh my god, he's so annoying. Like, I hate him. Natural born enemies! If you haven't seen a common theme in my books, it is enemies to lovers, because God preach enemies to lovers, bro. and brothers best friend romances. Oh, okay. And like best friend brothers romances. I hate my life. So Rise is like, these are my rules, and she's like determined to do whatever she wants. She will not listen to him. And his other rule is like, you will listen to everything I say because it concerns your safety. He's a bodyguard, so it's his job, but I like to imagine that he says this just to keep her safe because he loves her. Okay. So, eventually, Twisted Games. She is she goes to a bar and with her friends, and Rise joins her because he can't leave her side. No. Or no. Oh, there's more. Okay, this just proves how cute they are. She was walking back because she walks to and from her vet place that she volunteers at, because I think she wants to be a veterinarian or something. I don't know. She was like, if roles were reversed and I wasn't royalty, I would be a veterinarian. I don't know. Some shit like that. Something super cute that made me just want to die. And so she's walking there, whatever. When she's walking back, they're like sharing. She's like asking questions about himself because he will not open up. He's so cold-hearted. So they're walking back, and eventually he shares something. I can't remember what it is. And also, that's for you to find out when you read this. So eventually, it cuts to her being in a bar with her friends, and Rise is there. Can't leave her side, attached to the hip. So it's Rise. So they're there, and eventually, they're like all like talking about how hot Rise is. Me too. So they're talking about how hot Rise is, and they're like, oh my god, you should dance with him, whatever. But then her friend's boyfriend walks in. Bridget's friend's boyfriend walks in. I think his name was like Marcus or something. I don't know. So walks in, and he's like, oh my god, like he's abusive, like very controlling, like a buzzkill, bro. He is like drains the life out of the club, which I didn't even know was possible. He drains it. Immediately wanted to skip past him because he just, oh my god, he made my mouth dry, bro. So eventually she goes dancing. She dances with this guy, and Rise is like high-key jealous, and I'm like, So Rise is high-key jealous. They leave, and then I believe this is how it goes. She wants to go to a festival with her friends. No. Something happens. I can't remember what it is. But she sneaks out, I think, and walks with her friend. This is what it is. She goes to a concert. These are two different events. I got them confused. I'm pretty sure this is how it goes. She goes to a concert. Rise tells her she cannot go. It is not safe. He scoped out the venue before and said it is not safe. You cannot go. She doesn't listen because she likes to do whatever she wants. And her old bodyguard was never like this. So she is like, rebel, And she just wants to hang out with her friends. She goes. As they're either leaving or going to the venue, they get kidnapped. And Rise is like, no. Breaks in, saves them. Either killed the guy or beat him to a pulp. I can't remember. Somehow the friend's boyfriend plays into this. Either they kidnapped or they saved. I don't know. I don't really care. But then she comes back. Everything's normal. Don't know how everything is so normal after you've been kidnapped. But maybe that's the life of the princess. I don't know. I'm not royalty. And so they she wants to go to a festival. This is where I'm at. She wanted to go to a festival. She wanted to go to a festival with her friends, and after the whole kidnapping, or after the kidnapping thing, they come up with rules. They come up with a deal. Let's say that. And I'm not gonna say what the deal is. It's for you to find out. But it's a deal that melts my heart. Mostly because I wanted to punch him in the throat, but I also was like, but it kind of makes sense. I kind of like it. So she wants to go to a festival. Rise is like, not after what happened last time. No. And so they go to her friends go to the festival. She stays at her house. She's super depressed or whatever. And so she goes to so she stays in her house. Rise, with the help of her friend, sets up a mini festival in her room, or in the living room, with a tent, and on the screen is a recording, a live recording of the festival, so she can enjoy it with her friends. Her friends aren't there, she's just viewing it, but so she could enjoy the festival as her friends are enjoying it. What? And Rise of Soft Spot showing. And so she's enjoying the festival, and she invites Rise to join her, and they watch it together. Rise is so girl boss, bro. So they do that. And then later, I can't remember if it's the next day or something, she comes to a realization. I'm not going to say what the realization is, but it's from her friend, just so you know. And I'm not going to spoil that, but that's as far as I've gotten. He's so girl boss. And those are basically all I've read. I have not started Cruel Prince yet, but my teacher loaned me, my book club teacher from school lended me this. So I'm going to read this over the summer. So it's not for the book club, because we were a creative writing club last year, but we're switching to a book club this year. So high school things. So we're switching to a book club this year. And she lended me this book because I was like, oh, she was just like, do you want I read The Cruel Prince and it was really good. And I was like, oh my God, I've always wanted to read The Cruel Prince. So she gave me this. So I'm gonna kill myself. This is algebra paperwork that I needed for a test I took. It was open test, and I needed this. And it was in this book the whole time. I'm gonna kill myself. Anywho, that's infuriating. So, I'm gonna read this and tell my teacher all about it when I get back. I'm gonna rip her ear off about this book, bro. Either it's bad or it's good. We're gonna figure it out. But so far, this book has made me weak in the knees. This book has me excited to begin. And this book has me infuriated just because she's with another man right now. And the fact that she's with another man makes me infuriated. I actually haven't... What's the dedication for this book? Who is finally lured into fairyland is crazy. The map is really pretty in this book. I have not read... I think this is a fantasy book, right? I think it is. And I have not read a fantasy book in years. I didn't read for 7 years. So my reading comprehension is trash. I write my own books, though. I don't know. And I've won, author competitions and stuff. But I have not read a fantasy book in years. And I really only read romance books. So me reading like a fantasy book was just not. I don't really like fantasy, so we're gonna see if this can bring back my love for fantasy. Cause I used to be a fantasy girly, like Magic Treehouse and stuff. When I was like 5, but I have not read since the 5th grade. So it's been a few years, and we're back, going back to my roots, but a more mature route. But that's what I've been reading. I could go on about books for the rest of my life, bro. I have an entire library underneath me right now. I love books. I own so many of them. I have the complete works of Edgar Allan Poe down there. Almost every book by Stephen King ever written that's available to the public. And yeah. And I have like 75 comic books for my short attention span that I like to have more than half the time. So that is my life with books. Welcome. Signing off.